Hello and welcome to episode 5 of my Two Worlds 2 tutorial Let's Play series. This episode is going to be on visiting Bayan, which is on a different island, a much bigger island, getting some more quests from Bayan and learning alchemy and anything else we have time for. I want to do a bit of fighting if I can. In the last episode I did do a little fighting poorly, so I definitely need to work on my skills because things are only going to get tougher from here on out. Although I do know where there are weaker monsters, a good place to train on, so we're going to do that just to get my levels up a little to get me some power. So anyway, I need to go talk to I can't even remember its name, but I need to go talk to the guy in here. Gutarius, and he will then, you'll see an animation of me going to a different land, so let's do that.
The stabilizing stone appears to be working, but there's only one way to be certain.
Great. So what you're saying is, I could very well end up at the bottom of the ocean.
No. The stream seems to be fluctuating between Hatmandor and Bayan, a village between the savannah and Hatmandor. Either way, I'd pack light.
Is there anything else I should know before I leave?
Is there anything else I should know before I leave?
If the stream breaks, your jump could be cut short. In that case, use your map to get reoriented.
I get the overwhelming feeling that this is not going to end well.
I wouldn't worry. Your likelihood for survival is quite high. I will continue my work with the teleport until it returns to full capacity. Now, I'd recommend getting on your way.
Can you hear me?
Kara! How are you doing this?
We only have a few seconds before the connection breaks.
Wait, Kara! Are you alright?
Help me.
Whatever you want, whatever you need, you'll find it.
He wanted to say when he stepped off that platform. Cara,
Please,
what the, are you
have
doing
you
to me?
anything to eat? It's been so long since I've had a good meal, I've forgotten how meat tastes.
Best wares, all priced to meet your fun.
Well, I happen to have picked up a load of meat, as you'd have seen previously.
I don't
so.
have much, but take this.
Oh, thank you, sir. It smells amazing.
Why? What happened here?
Drought. I used to live in Oros, a small fisherman's village just south of here, but a storm tore the dock apart and took most of our boats with it. So I came here in hopes of starting over, but what I found was famine and starvation.
Then why stay?
Gates on the way to Hatmandor are shut. I don't have much of a choice.
That's where I'm headed. Can you tell me how to get there?
It's just northwest of here, about a day's journey on horseback. If you manage your way in, perhaps there's still hope for me and the rest of this place.
So there we go, I've unlocked the teleport down here in Bayan. Now the very first thing I want to make very clear to everyone watching is that you do not have to stay here if you do not wish to. So if you spoke to that Gaharis and you ended up here and you thought, oh wait a minute, I actually wanted to carry on that island, that is fine and you can. So that's what I first want to show. So here we are at Bayon. But if I zoom the map out, you can see this is a very large island that's unlocked. I mean, it's huge. But if I keep zooming out, Okay, you'll see there's other little islands, tiny little islands. There's some other moderate size islands. There's boats come into play in Two Worlds 2, so you can actually get a boat and steer a boat around. But if I keep zooming out and if I scroll up here, you'll see there's another massive island, but right at the top in the right hand corner is the island Olsana where we started. So if I wished, I could, and I will probably teleport back because I do like fighting the Groms on this island because they all drop items, so it's a great way of making money. The thing is though, the Groms get tough. Not all the Groms get tough, but mixed in amongst them are some mighty Groms that fight pretty darn hard and will put you on your back before you know it. So I do want to try and get a little tougher, maybe a few levels, and then I'm going to head back there and do that shipwreck quest. For now though, I'm just going to tour around this Bayan, little Bayan village, and I mean, the game is huge, it's massive. But yeah, I want to go around this little Bayan and see what we can see. So straight away you can see there's a trader, very loud and noisy, but nonetheless a trader who we could sell to. So let's just take a quick look.
New shipment just arrived from aspiring young craftsmen. Don't get left.
Now, you had something to mention now that we're in towns. If you bump into people like this, you've drawn attention of the guards. Try to minimise your notoriety. Now, if you bump into not just guards, if you bump into anyone, a sword will appear and it'll have a blood stain. So there it is, top right corner. Now, because I've only done a little bumping, only a little of that sword's gone red. Let's bump, well, in fact, let's do a quick save. Now let's do a bit more bumping. Let's bump into someone else. This one. Oh.
New to the village, I assume?
You could say that.
Glad to have you. If you're looking to gamble, this here's the hottest dice table east of the line.
He's a liar. Cheating son of a bitch took me for everything I had.
Yeah, well,
You
that'll
keep your
teach
mouth
you for
shut.
gambling.
I run an honest game here. It's not my problem he likes to get drunk and bet carelessly.
Is gambling legal out here?
Of course. You can find tables and players all over Eremos. Hell, I can't think of a single place in all of Antalor where players don't gather around the tables just like this one and try their hand at a good old game of dice.
Call it what you will. No thank you.
Thanks for the invitation, but no thanks. Maybe next time.
Okay, but be sure to stop by before you leave. You never know when the table's gonna be hot.
We'll see.
I'm not a gambler. I do appreciate some people do like to gamble, and good on them. Right, so yeah, I was talking about, before I was rudely interrupting, this bumping. So here's someone. Look,
Watch it, boy.
I just bumped into him. See the swords come back. Not as much blood as bumping into a guard. If I bump into them, it's bump into a guard. It's bump into another guard. Oh yeah, look at that sword. So as you can see, running around in towns and villages can be dangerous, because if that blood got all the way to the top of the sword, I'd be kill on sight and the guards would attack me. So a little trick, what you can do, press the tab key and then you walk around towns. But if they're not crowded, this isn't crowded, then you can run around. Anyway, so there's one trader there.
Sir, please. I have no food. My husband left to work in the mines, but I haven't heard from him for quite some time now. Anything you could spare?
Now I hope you listened to her voice then. It sounded very sounded very vulnerable. She sounded so timid and vulnerable. So just pay attention to her voice as I go along with this chat. Here, take this meat. You need it more than me.
Here, take this meat. You need it more than me.
Oh, thank the gods. Thanks to you, today my children won't go to bed
Sounds
hungry.
very weak and vulnerable.
Is there anything I can do to repay you? I don't have much to offer with the exception of information. No one in all of Bayon is as familiar with the area as me. So, If you need anything, please feel free to ask.
Good to know. I was actually looking to find out who's in charge here.
Alima, our
And here we
leader.
go. Now mean
Things
and
continue on
angry.
like this, someone's bound to tear
Goes
her
from being
horses
timid
apart.
and weak to...
I only hope
actually like
whoever
it.
does shares some of the meat with me.
Where can I find this Alima?
Not far from here at all. It's the only house with a fence and horses. You can't miss it.
Yeah, so Dagwa, quite funny she is. The way she starts
New
off all
shipment just arrived from
timid
aspiring young
and...
craftsmen. Don't get left
Anyway,
with
let's
lost
just
in
show
your
you what
squares.
the
Be ahead of the
shopkeepers
times
have. So you can get an idea. So this one isn't really one I'm ever going to use, to be honest with you, because it's paint pigments and ornamental vases. But what you can do is sell your weapons at the top price that you're going to get for them. So let's sell this short blade. I don't need it now. Let's sell this tough baton. Of course, though, as you work, so as I help out Bayan and help all the citizens, the prices in the vendors' shops will go up. So at the moment, I'm getting peanuts, next to nothing for what I'm selling. But that will increase as I increase my faction, especially with the Merchants Guild, because I think there's a Merchants Guild shop here. Right, this shopkeeper's good.
fine day?
He has some good armours and he can have skill books. Oh, look, there we go. So he's got a spell amulet, so I could get that. But look, no, check out the prices. It's not cheap. So you're going to need money for sure. Hence why I like going back to the island and fighting the Groms, because they all drop items that we can sell. But I've got a fire staff at the moment. I'm not sure if I'm going to stick with fire. I've got 2 air aspects, so maybe an air staff. But it doesn't look like there's an air staff. Anyway, just carrying on, so you can see here different things. Oh, you can play instruments as well to earn money, which is quite amusing. So you buy yourself an instrument, buy yourself a tune sheet, and then you can go and play it in the local area where they gather. Oh, so here's skill books. Look at the prices of these. Very expensive, and I'm hoping that we'll find these as loot drops from creatures. For now, let's just sell this baton. See, he's giving me a bit better than that other trader. Better price. We never sell the Warlord Club, remember? We need that for bashing open chests. And I don't think I've put this... I need to keep 1 bow for my chest, so I'm going to keep that because I don't think I've put a bow in the chest. So that's all I'm going to sell.
And remember to stop by our other
locations. Right, that's the 2 shops that you can encounter right near the teleport, so handy to sell here. Now the main quest stories that we need to travel to, let's show the map. We need to travel north to a town, this big town up here. But the thing is, the gates are shut to us. So we're going to go check that out and get the story behind that. Not that I'm going to head that way or do the quest yet, but just to give you an idea. So you get to this little village and there's different people here that will give us quests. But for now, I want to show why the way north to Hatmandor, where we've got to go with the main quest line, is barred to us. So you imagine what would happen if I'm running full pelt like that into a guard.
Not so fast, darling. The gate is shut in order of Emperor Gandhar.
What did you call me?
He can call you whatever he wants. Yeah, move along, Peck.
Shut the fuck up. I'm in charge here and I'm the talking person, understood? Like I said, darling, the gate is closed. No one can pass without the proper documentation. Now move along.
What kind of documentation?
By law, you're required to present a writ of protection entitling you to safe passage through the gates.
And where can I get one of those?
All requests must be submitted to the Imperial Outpost in Hatmandor. But seeing as you're here, there's not a whole lot you can do about that, is there?
Ah, but there is, darling. Now, so what's it going to take for you to turn around and open that gate for me? I can tell you now, none of these are going to work. I could say we can do this the easy way or the hard way, it's up to you, but I'm getting through the gate. That's definitely actually not one I'm going to try it, so let's just do this.
What's it going to take for you to turn around?
It's going to fail.
Open that gate for me.
Are you deaf or stupid? I said no. Now, get on about your business.
Don't the armors look so cool? So, like, lush. Okay. Maybe you'll change your mind.
Or maybe I'll beat you senseless. Who knows? Life is full of surprises.
Okay, so there we go, and it says find a way through the gate. So, we will do the gate. There is 2 ways you can do the gate. There are other options, but they are false. Let's see if I can show you a false one. Now that we've done that, someone should come up to us.
Lost your way?
Oh, here we go.
No, just trying to get to Atmandor.
That's easy, if you have a pass.
A pass?
Yes, a pass. There's no way in without it.
And where can I find one of those?
You could ask the gods, or get it from me. Fresh and almost as good as a real one.
How much is this forgery going to cost me?
600 auras is the going rate. But for an intelligent man such as yourself, I can let one go for 500.
Okay, so this is a con merchant. Absolutely no point in paying him even 1 coin. So if you pay him, he just runs into the building. He says he'll be back. He's going to get something, and that's it. That's the end of him. So 500 for a forgery. Have you been drinking?
500 for a forgery? Have you been drinking?
It's a simple case of supply and demand. If my prices are too steep, I suggest you try your luck with the guards. I hear they're really reasonable at this time of year.
It's a simple case of, yeah, off. Right, so that's smart. Matt is not so smart. He thinks he might be, but he is not. So anyway, we don't want to do that. There is the answer to our problem, but let's go learn alchemy. Down here is the Thieves Guild Trader. So very good to get your... Let's just take a quick look at that while I'm mentioning that, the reputations. So you've got the Society of the Mages. They have a very good place to sell, buy and sell. That's where I get my spells and whatnot. But that's a long way off at the moment, because that's towards Hatmandor. The Brotherhood of Warriors Guild is also very cool. Some of the stuff we can do in there. And the quests, Merchants Guild, as you can imagine, very useful for buying and selling. And here's the Thieves Guild, the Greaser Thieves Guild. And this is a guild merchant from them here. So you'll notice as you get your faction up, his prices get better. And he gives you more money. Then there's the Necromancers Guild. And yeah, that's the guilds. So as you can see, they're all on 0 at the moment until I start doing quests. Let's talk to him now and have a look at what he's got. So you can see he sells necromancy. Oh, wait a minute, is this the necromancers? I thought this was the thieves. Oh no, maybe this is the sorry, my apologies. This must be a necromancy guild salesman. So as your faction within the necromancy guild improves, the prices here will also improve. I'm not going to get into necromancy yet, so I'm just going to ignore that. I mean, he does have daggers. I could upgrade my dagger, but no. I need my money for too many other things. Oh, he does sell lockpicks. So maybe, I'm not sure at the moment, so I won't say. But anyway, know this. When I gain some faction in the Thieves Guild, I'm going to check back to see if the prices have improved. And if they don't, then I'll do the Necromancy Guild so I can find out for sure. But there we go, it's another vendor we can sell at. Very, very useful, because as you know, selling more than one item, you lose price. So we're going to come out of this gate here, that's next to that vendor. And around this corner is where we can learn alchemy. and our first quest here. Alima.
Welcome, stranger.
You must be Alima.
Sounds like you've been getting acquainted with the locals. I'm sure they've painted me as being quite cruel. But it's my job to make tough decisions, not manipulate the weather.
I'm not here to pass judgment.
I apologize for my apparent frustration. We've experienced droughts before, but nothing like this. Our crops died faster than we could harvest them.
And your horses? The savannah's known for breeding some of the finest.
Maybe so, but they weren't as fine as a good meal.
You ate them.
We've done all we could to save our people.
That's why there's no
We would
dogs
buy
running
food from
around.
Bayan, but they've stopped trading, stockpiling their goods. And I can't send a messenger to Hatmandor because the gates are shut.
Are there any horses left?
Only a few, but the people would rather eat them. Maybe if you'd consider helping us, we might be willing to part with one of the few we have left.
Let's get started then. Where should we begin?
Let's get started then. Where should I begin?
Before we start, I want to be honest with you. One of our finest horses is sick.
So I'll end up with some old jade as a payment for help? What kind of games are you playing here?
No. I only ask that you be patient and help me brew the herbs we need to treat the animal.
Sounds serious enough. What do we need?
Mint root. Unfortunately, they're not easy to come by. They grow deep beneath the savanna soil, and there's no way of telling where. The good news is that ostriches will often search them out, eating the mint roots to settle their digestive tracts.
What do you suppose I do? Kill the things and dig the mint root out of their stomachs?
Exactly. A pack of them roam the valley nearby. Come back when you have at least 3 roots. Then we'll be able to brew the medicine and talk about how you can help end this famine that's killing my people.
Now, this is a great quest to do when we're so weak, because ostriches are not that tough. It is going to be dangerous getting to them, because there'll be other creatures along the way which are tough. We definitely don't want to run into one of the rhinoceros. They are really tough. It'll take me ages to kill them, or a spider. But let's just take a look at the map then to see where we've got to go. It's done really well now, the quests in Two Worlds 2. In Two Worlds, if you went into a cave that was part of a quest, like I did do, I broke the quest with that. Well, I didn't break the quest, I was still able to finish it. But I picked up an item from that quest which really messed up the quest log. So fortunately in Two Worlds 2 they've learnt from that, and they've done a superb job, because if you're going to go in to try and go into a location part of a quest and it's important, then it's going to be locked to you until you get the quest. So it's brilliant. Anyway, so here's where we got to go. Veterinarian practice. So we're going to need to go up here along this path and then down here. So the easiest thing actually, that's the runestone quest. We're definitely not going to do that yet. We'd be obliterated. So actually I'm going to come along here and get to there. I've got to turn around. But like I say, there are some strong creatures out there, so I've got to be very careful. And the aggro range does tend to be quite big for the creatures. But it's good. Improve our combat skills. But I will always try to look out for weaker creatures to fight for training. And I will go back to that island with the Groms, because I do like fighting there, because you can make lots of money. And being able to run is so superb, because I'm going to do lots of running while I'm weak, as you're going to see. Now these can be quite tough. Let's see how I do. Right, now there's 2 of them aggroed, so let's get a bit of mana back. Oh, did he get away? Okay, let's get some mana back and try again. Yes, I'm very weak. I've just got to work on all my skills. I need more mana as well, definitely. It's just a case of fire and run at the moment. But it's good, we'll get a rhythm down. We'll start defeating them once we get some levels. Right, that's one down. So yeah, everything's going to be tougher than us at the moment. Nearly. Oh yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. We'll gain a level. Cool. Now we can start making ourselves stronger. So they do drop items. Some we can sell, some we can use for alchemy. So it is worth hunting creatures. I'm looking for the other corpse. I'm sure I killed it. Oh, there it is. Because remember, the components you get off of creatures do not weigh anything, so you can fill your pockets up with them. Right, let's do my level up. Now I'm going to focus purely on willpower. Need to get my magic strength up. So that's what I want to do. And of course, mana regeneration. And how many points? 7, good. 10, let's see, let's sink another 3 points in. I just want to keep on with that. And down here I've got 3 skill points. So I've got to try and choose. I've got to decide now at this point, what am I going to go with? Actually, I think I'll go with fire because it does do increased burn damage. I was going to try ice because I do like that as well. But I'll go with fire as I've got a fire staff. So now I can use 2 fire magic cards. By increasing this skill, what it's doing for me, if I go to magic, and let's have a look. Currently I'm using Ice Bolt. But if I'm using magic, it allows me to load up more of these fire effect cards. So if I click on this Ice Bolt, notice this top button is greyed out, darkened out, so I can't increase. You can stack these cards, and every time you put another effect of the same type, it's going to increase the damage. So let's see if I can show you what I'm talking about, what I'm waffling about. I think I've only got, oh no, I've got 2 of these. So if I do air effect, okay, notice I can't add another card to it. If though, however, I increased the air magic, I would be able to load up 2 of them. It's a bit of a nuisance actually. Maybe I should have done air shock damage. In fact, I could do that just to demonstrate what I'm trying to show. Air mastery. Oh, points are so precious at this stage. Yeah, let's do it. Let's just do it. Right, okay, so there's another point. This point is in air mastery. Now if I go back, and if I go back to this, now you can see it's unshaded, so I can increase it. So now, if I only have 1, it does 82 shock damage. If I have 2, it does 98. So let's try that. See how we get on. Every little helps, and we will slowly get tougher and tougher. Right, so the way to that quest, you can see the blue cross on the mini-map, but if I see weak creatures like ostriches, I'm going to fight them. Because I want to get more levels.
Warned you.
Look at that, killed, and I got a skill point. Sweet. And remember, that was because of, in the stats, I had hit the target for monsters killed. I'd done 5. So now it's gone up to 25. Lovely way of getting extra skill points by doing these different things down here. Excellent way to build up your skill points, because you're going to make yourself pretty a force to be reckoned with. Now that rhinoceros, no way am I could fight it, but it's going to take so long to kill it, and there's a good chance it will kill me, so I'll stay away from that. What's that? That looks like something. Oh, baboon. These throw rocks at you, and they swarm you. So you've got to be careful with them. Fortunately, I only pulled one. See, look, there's another one there. Let's get in. Oh wow, is that the timer already? Incredible. I have so much fun when I play this game. Really, I do. Okay, so the timer's gone. I'm going to loot these, end the episode, and then we'll carry on in the next episode by doing that quest and learning alchemy. See, look, these are some good stuff. Let's see if I can quickly show you. So if I go to F3, no, F4, ingredients, this stuff that you pick up can be very, very useful. So let's have a look. Yeah, Baboon's Lung, look at that. Restores 1000 mana. So I haven't even got to do a potion. I could just have that straight like that. This one increases the duration, and remember you can stack the components, so that can put some time on it. Oh, that's at Demon's Heart. So yeah, here's the alchemy components. At least if I think I can remember, you can just eat that. Might have to brew a potion with it, but we'll see, all in due course. Anyway, for now, I'll end the episode. Wherever you are in the world, God bless you and keep you safe. Thank you for watching, and have a fantastic day. Goodbye.